Life, it's all about death. It's all about pain. It's all about destruction and the things you do in vain.
Live from the Last Door on the Left studios in sunny Venice, California, it's the Alex Duffy Show, starring Alex Duffy, with this week's special guest, Graham Elwood. And now, a man who's never, ever, ever even seen a game show, Alex Duffy.
Life, it's all about you. It's all about me. We're all that we have and all we foresee. So give it your best shot. It's all that you got. Might not be a lot, but that's all there is to life. All right. Yeah. All right. And it is October 14th, 2003. I'm Alex Duffy, and Steve Lyon is...
show.
Yes, he is LeShow, and we have quite a LeShow for you.
Even with bad audio and no microphone.
Yes. Well, that's the nature of this live internet thing. We do it on the edge.
Yes.
We're on the edge. We're going down history as the pioneers.
All right.
That's okay.
That's enough.
To date the show, as we always do, we talk about a current item in the news, and we're going to talk about the supermarket strike, or how my wife was attacked by two picketers.
Sweet.
Yes. She decided to go to Ralph's to break the strike line. Not like that, though, but to pick up some cups, actually. And when she got out, these two guys accosted her and were screaming at her for buying the cups. So,
Nice.
be warned, if you go to Ralph's, you may...
Don't buy cups.
Yeah, you may face these guys. They're angry.
All right.
They're ready for you.
I wouldn't.
You know?
I wouldn't cross the picket line anyway.
I wouldn't do that
That's
either.
just
Yeah.
me.
That's just bad. That's bad karma.
juju.
Yeah. I'm a Whole Foods guy. They don't have a union anyway.
Well, there you go.
So there you go. But enough about us. We have a fantastic guest on the show tonight. And this is a man who has hosted a game show, is hosting a game show, has written, produced, directed, and starred in his own film, which we will talk about, and done many, many other wonderful things in the world of comedy. This is the one, the only, and before I introduce him, I must say, I did see, if I came up with this guest was so special, I had to come up with something. Okay?
All right.
If you were to fuse, I got to get the mic for this.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. If you were to fuse the angelical fervor of Billy Graham and the street smarts of rapper Elwood, okay?
Oh my God.
You would have the one, the only, Graham Elwood. Yeah, all right. Doing good. That was an introduction that took some thought, right?
Yeah.
That was a great introduction.
That's inventive, at least, I guess.
I wasn't aware of the rapper Elwood.
Neither was I, but he calls himself a North Carolina gentleman.
Really?
Is that a good tagline for a rapper? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
He's the gentle hip hopper.
Yeah. All right.
Smooth, subtle gangsta.
Yeah.
But you are also a vegetarian.
Yes, I am.
And did
How
you?
do you know that?
Oh, it's all once you
in your bio.
yeah,
huh?
you type in the word Google and Graham Elham and your name Elwood and your name pops up everywhere. Yes. Now, and I'll tell you something. I'll tell you one other fact that you may not know. A very famous vegetarian, the Reverend Sylvester Graham, the inventor of the Graham cracker, vegetarian.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Didn't know
So there's
that.
all this history behind the names Graham and Elwood that are just out there.
Also, more history since you're a history buff.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Graham is a Celtic word. Its original spelling is Grame, and it means heroic.
Ah.
There you go.
I'm a heroic rapper.
Okay. That's great.
Yes.
Now, as well as being a heroic rapper, you are from Wisconsin originally.
Yeah, I lived in Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin, until I was about 11 or 12.
Sonic Foundry.
Sonic Foundry?
Yes.
Nice.
We both worked
Yeah.
there.
Really?
Yeah. Not in Madison, though. Not in Madison.
Oh. Great. And then I moved to Chicago when I was about 11 or 12.
Cool. And then you migrated down to U of A.
Yeah.
And you were media arts. And did you know, by coincidence, Steve Lyon was also a media arts guy at U of A?
U of A, yeah.
Really?
96?
Wow. I was there just before that.
Oh, okay.
When did you finish? When did you graduate?
94.
Okay.
Ah,
so I just
okay,
missed you.
okay.
Yes, you did.
Wow.
Just missed me.
Small world.
Really?
But you were in Comedy Corner though. I read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to plan my Friday schedules around Comedy Corner.
For real?
Oh yeah, I love Comedy
dude.
Corner.
That's
Comedy
awesome.
Corner was great.
But you did a couple of things while you were in Arizona.
Yeah.
You did, Damn It, Jim, I'm Only a Documentary.
Well, actually, Damn It, Jim, I'm Only a Documentary I did right out of college.
Oh, okay,
I actually
okay.
did that in Chicago with these two guys, Ren and Mark Morrison, the Morrison brothers. And I did that with Paul Goebel, who is...
One of the geeks on
yeah.
Geeks.
You
Yes.
guys ought to get him on the show.
We had the
would love
writer.
to.
We had the
Yeah,
writer for
one
the
of
show.
them,
Yeah,
yeah.
on here.
Yeah, we'd love to have him on.
Tell
here.
Paul.
Yeah, that'd be great.
KingofTV.com. Look, I'm plugging my home
Wow.
because he's also in my short film. Awesome. He plays.
Well, plug right now your magnum opus, which is HelloJunkie.com.
Yes, HelloJunkie.com is a short film. It's based on a character that I've been doing for a long time called Detective Kent Stryker. And he is a cross between Steve McGarrett from Hawaii Five-0 and Dirty Harry.
Ooh.
And he reads beat poetry to deal with his pain, because it's not easy being a cop in the streets in the 70s.
Right.
And so...
So he doesn't like drug slaves.
No, not at all. He's not a fan of dope slaves at all.
That dope slave, that was the word. Yeah, yeah. The website actually has very funny clips on it.
Oh, yeah.
And you have the whole 70s vibe really well down.
Thank you. I wrote it with my friend Tim Bennett, who also went to University of Arizona and was in Comedy Corner. And, we had a great DP, and we really wanted to capture the look and the feel of that era of movies and specifically TV, specific shows, Streets of San Francisco.
Where did you get that music, that weird 70s cop music?
We got it from a lot of different places. Some of it we came up with on our own, and then other stuff we just sort of, sampled some stuff. And so,
It's almost public domain, though. It's so
Sure,
of course.
Of course. Well, let's just say
Of course,
that.
those big companies feel that way.
Oh yeah.
Now, we couldn't find any information on Damn It, Jim, I'm Only a Documentary. So what was that all about? That was your first movie?
No, I was just Paul and I were in it.
Okay.
I didn't have anything to do on the.
What was it? What was all about?
It's a documentary about Trekkies, or Trekkers, as the debate goes on.
That's why the IMDb listing says Trekker.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, if you these guys went out and did a documentary and went to different Star Trek conventions and stuff like that, and interviewed a bunch of people, and then they had Paul and I. They interviewed us because we're Star Trek fans. And it got a write-up in Film Threat.
Cool. Oh, you're a big Star Trek fan?
Mm-hmm. I got a life-size cutout of Captain Kirk.
Wow. This is a side of you that the ladies didn't know about.
That's right, girls. Bring it.
Now, what was nice blanking Legacy about? The Legacy Dad. And that, by the way, you didn't just act and you also produced.
I helped produce that. Tim Bennett directed it. And it was the first movie that he directed in Chicago. And that's kind of making fun of the baby boomers. That's what that movie does. So.
Now this
all this stuff you're bringing up way over.
Well, we're going.
In the 4th grade, your big wheel took a bad spin. You want to talk to us about that?
Hey, it all goes. Google creates a permanent record of anything everybody does.
Yeah.
It's the way it works.
All the internet.
It's
never
like,
lies.
It's like peeing in a swimming pool. Once it's in there, it's in there.
Now, then at some point you moved to L.A. and you took the L.A. comedy world by storm.
Sure.
On some level. Including you formed a group called Fancy Ketchup.
Actually, Fancy Ketchup we formed in Chicago with a bunch of old guys from Comedy Corner.
Oh, cool.
So Paul Goebel is one of them, Tim
Right.
Bennett, and Jim Bruce. And we all formed a group in Chicago, and then we brought it out here and started doing a lot of shows here. We did shows at the Belly Room and the HBO Workspace and a couple other places that we got kicked out of.
Was it an improv troupe or was it a sketch? SNL-esque.
No, well, kind of. Only we're funny.
Okay, that's a good distinction.
That's a good distinction there. Yes.
Yeah, don't cut down SNL.
Now, at some point, someone walked up to you and said, "Hey, Arnold, tell us about that."
Is that like a cartoon reference or the president?
Isn't that what you did? You were the voice on Hang
No. I wish I would have.
Wow, you know what? Now that
Somebody screwed up a bio line.
Yeah, I would love
your
to
list
do
of my
that.
thing is Hey Arnold.
Man.
And I've actually thought of that intro.
No, actually, you're misreading. It's Hey Anthony.
Oh, hey,
Is
Anthony.
an independent.
That's it, yes,
I
yes.
wish I did Hey Arnold. Man.
Talk to me, Anthony. Okay.
Someone came up to me and said, "Hey Anthony," I would know what
yes.
they were talking about.
Well, someone came up to you and said, "Hey, Anthony, what happened then?"
I would say I wish I was in Hey Arnold because it would have paid.
Yeah.
Hey Anthony was an independent film that a friend of mine in Chicago did. His name is Vito Brancato.
Very Italian sounding.
Yes, absolutely. I did several movies with him there that have never seen the light of day. But if you go to razorfilms.com,
Which I was at today.
Oh, right on.
They're plugging his latest movie.
Yes. He's trying to... I don't know if he actually got financing for it. I'm not sure.
Cool.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So he's
Well-
up and coming.
You
Yes,
finally
he is.
got your first really good paying gig, which of course was strip poker.
Yes.
Now, how did that come about? Tell us the strip poker story.
Well, I was at the Strasbourg Theater, and they were looking for comics, and I remember I had 3 auditions that day, and one for like a movie, one for a sitcom, and I was like, this stupid game show. And I went in there and was like, this is stupid, and I made fun of everybody in the room and the show, and they were like, you got the job! Perfect! So,
Great.
we did 195 episodes.
That's just a lot. Now, is that like one a day for 39 weeks? 5 days a week for 39 weeks or something like that?
It is, we did them in blocks. We got picked up for 65 episodes initially,
Oh, okay.
and we did about 5 a day
Wow.
for 3.5 weeks, and then we got 130 episode pickup, which was 6 a day for 7 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, shooting
that's a
about
lot of
3
work.
days a week. Yeah, it's the cable game shows they're the
Slave drivers.
yeah they are.
And this
Slave
was
ship of,
yeah.
This was the USA Network.
yes.
So you're actually you kind of felt you'd made it. You were kind of big time.
No.
No.
I was glad I was out of debt. That's all.
Pay the bills.
Yeah.
So it did pay.
Yeah.
It paid. It got your your foot in the door.
Yeah, I mean, working in cable is like working in fast food. It's it's easy to get a job.
Right.
They got to churn out a lot of product. You work a lot of hours and you get okay money. I mean,
Right.
it's not,
And did you get to see nice looking women strip?
yeah, I guess that did happen. On
That's a
I
bonus.
forgot.
And guys too.
And the finely tuned gentleman, of course.
Do they always pick like good looking people, or
Yeah.
okay. So that was kind of the reason people watched the show.
That was the only reason people watch the show.
Why else would you watch a show called
it's not-
Strip Poker?
Yeah,
Alex?
you're
Come
not
on.
watching it because you want to get current events or
No.
anything like that.
Nothing Shakespearean going on there.
Now you were the damn Yankee in an 8-minute film called Let's Play 2.
Yeah.
What was that about?
He's full of stuff.
Unbelievable.
I'm opening the vault here.
The man has done his research.
Yes, he has. A+.
No, give me A- because I said, hey Arnold, come on, that was a big
That's
gaff.
right. You're right.
Major gaff. But
No
Let's
one at
Play
home
2.
with that.
Damn Yankee, 8-minute. Why did you make an 8-minute film? What was that? Why did you do it?
Well, it was actually friends of mine made a short that was a spoof of all the baseball movies where, like, the kid, his arm and thing, Angels in the Outfield and all that. So they did a parody of all those. And I just played a Yankee. I just played a mean guy. I had a small part.
Okay.
As we all know, the Yankees are always mean.
Yes, they are. The evil empire.
Yes, they are. They are the evil empire.
Yes.
This is the empire of pain and suffering. this is Aunt Veru and Uncle Owen right here, torched.
When was the last time the Cubs won the World Series?
1908,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
06, or no, I'm sorry, 07, 08. Repeat.
Yes.
Those are the good old days.
Yeah.
You should have been around then.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that would have been great.
If they win it this year, then you don't have to worry until, 2098.
Well, they just pissed away a 3-run lead, so we might have to wait another 100 years.
Ooh.
Now, what did you do on Dueling Firemen?
He's amazing. Anything we can be talking about, he'll weave in some insane thing that I did. Now,
30 years ago, yeah.
I know the election was rough, but this finger paint that you did, talk to me about your use of color. Dueling Fireman was a, I can't even remember some of this. It was,
Like a video game of some sort?
Yes,
or-
it was. It was a video game. Thanks
you-
for reminding me.
And you were a voice.
I was actually, well, it was supposed to be, it was in the mid-90s. It was the first, sort of virtual reality interactive. It was going to be an interactive game. And so I actually played a character. They shot it on 16.
Well, it's like one of those games where they have some live action video
okay.
weaved into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are. I don't know
That's
those.
it.
Cool.
I don't know if they ever finished it or not.
Oh, really?
There's a website for it. When you go there, it's kind of confusing whether it's a movie or a video game or, you know.
Yeah, I think that was the problem.
Oh.
Those guys never really knew
They never
what they
knew
were
themselves.
doing. They were just like, and we never had a script.
Oh, really?
Which is great.
Minor.
Great way to shoot.
Minor issue.
And he'd be like, okay, in this scene, I was playing a sleazy record producer. The premise was Chicago catches on fire, and so you have to, you pick what fireman you're going to be, and they duel to save the city. But you got to go to all these safe houses and encounter these weirdos. And I was this insane record producer, and I wore like a green vinyl suit. And the guy would go, okay, in this scene, we need you to, tell the guy that you want to sign him. But we need kind of crazy talk. And I would just make stuff up, like, whatever, man. Screaming green beaming, spasmatic, daddy-o, flipping Captain Son, and he'd be like, that's it, perfect, do it. And I'd be like, I don't know what I just said.
All right, yeah, okay, whatever.
I'm making stuff up. So.
Nice.
Well, now that we've kind of clued the audience into who you are, a man of many talents, let's talk about your magnum opus, Hello Junkie. How did it get conceived? How did you follow through and make the whole movie? Everything about it.
Well,
Promo it big time.
HelloJunkie.com. See this product right here? Can we get a product shot?
Yeah.
Where should I put that?
If you put it,
actually, you know what? Put it right. We're gonna put it right.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
You can get that
That's
logo
a
on
sweet-
any number of products: T-shirts, hats, lunchboxes.
Now we can see it,
coffee.
yes.
you look pretty intense there, actually.
Oh, baby, that's 3 months of my hair growing out. Look at that. Look at that. Before, and after.
Nice. Very nice.
But it's a character I actually started at Comedy Corner, the University of
Jeez.
Arizona, and we
Where
wrote
all
a
good things
sketch.
started.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Comes the desert.
Clears the mind.
It does. 109 degrees.
Yes.
And I grew up watching, to go way back to the very beginning. Thursday nights was the only night of the week where I could stay up past my bedtime because my whole family would watch Hawaii Five-0. And I loved those shows. I loved Jack Lord. And I love Streets of San Francisco. And actually all those shows. And then as I got older, you watch them in reruns and they're really funny.
Oh, yeah.
Because that style of acting at the time, they were like, yeah, man.
Oh, I love those when
making
I was a
point.
kid. Oh, yeah.
And you watch it now, and it's like, that's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, I did the character in sketches, and it kind of grew. And then when we moved to L.A., I started performing the character on its own, doing poetry at variety shows. And
How did that go over?
oh, it went over really
Do
well.
people get it?
They definitely, because look what I'm. You can't really see it here, but I'm wearing like a brown corduroy jacket and a huge wide tie.
Right.
And
Right.
my hair would be all puffed up, and I'd have a gun.
There's no question what's going on.
I
Yeah.
had platform shoes and like bell
Nice.
bottoms.
And there's a clip of you doing that on Hello
Yes.
Junkie. Yes.
HelloJunkie.com. It's got everything you need.
Check out the site.
Check out the site.
Check out HelloJunkie.com. Yes. Now, so you decided you were going to produce, write, direct, act the whole thing for this movie. Did you do that basically?
I did most of it. I couldn't have done it without Tim Bennett, who wrote it with me. Tim actually had the idea to do the character as a one-man show, and we did that at the HBO workspace.
Oh, cool.
And yeah,
How did that work out?
it was great. It was a blast. And,
Is it like a half hour or?
yeah, 40 minutes maybe.
Nice.
And we wrote a screenplay, a feature-length screenplay for it. And we're like, I had a little money from the good people at Strip Poker, and I decided, we're like, let's shoot a short. We can, make it look good and show what we can do as filmmakers and as writers and stuff like that. So
Cool.
it was just a blast to do. That's how we got to that point.
How long is Hello Junkie?
It's 12 minutes.
The entire movie right now.
Right, it's 12 minutes.
And
We're trying to raise money to shoot a feature version of it. And,
Oh, that's where you are right now?
Yeah.
Cool. So you have a feature-length script that the 12
Yep.
minutes.
how long did it take from when you actually finished the script to when you were done editing it, ready to show it to people?
For the short,
Yeah.
it was...
Because it's pretty elaborate. Some of the scenes are pretty well choreographed, like, the whole police station scene and everything. God, you must have gotten this.
It was 2 months of pre-production, maybe a month to write not even a month to write the short script, because we basically had already written the feature script, so we sort of picked out, cherry-picked little scenes and sort of wove them together for 12 minutes.
Right.
Just key scenes that would help to show what
Sell the
help sell the
concept, right?
So, we then, it was about 2 months of pre-production. It was 5 days, 5 actual shoot days, but we had a great crew. We had Rhett Bear was our cinematographer. If you go to rhettbear.com, you can see more of his work. He's a great cinematographer. And he had a crew, because he does a lot of music videos and commercials, that could just move like so we did 20 to 25 setups a day, which is a lot.
Wow.
And that's what we were able to do it in 5 days, and had all those locations. And
how is it looking towards getting that on the big screen, the 90-minute length or whatever you
it's
want to do?
looking good. I mean, we've been taking it around to the festivals for the last year and a half, and the response has been great, and the response to the website has been great.
Nicely done website.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah,
that was
good use of streaming media.
Thank you. Wow. So and I've got new managers, and they're shopping it around. So
And you did the character on Late Friday too.
I did it on Late Friday and on Kilborn.
Okay.
On CBS. Yeah.
So it's been getting some exposure.
Yeah, people are starting to. We're getting a lot of people going to the website, and more people buying products, and swag, wearing their T-shirts around, telling their friends about this great site, the thing that should be made into a feature film. Tell your friends. So, we're getting close. It just Hollywood is actually kind of waiting to see what happens with Starsky and Hutch, because it's going to be a comedy, and it's going to be kind of a parody about that specific show.
Right.
And so if that does really well, they'll probably want to make more, which will put us in a good position. If it eats it...
Well, there's always other characters, but
you
got to hope. But
Yeah.
you've come as far as to where people know you from another show, which is basically what you're known for right now, which is Cram.
Yep. Yes.
And
It's a
how
good show,
did...
by the way.
Thank you.
I actually auditioned for that show.
To be a contestant?
Yeah, about 6 months ago with a friend of mine, and it was just not a good morning, and we never got a call back.
Dude, you didn't want to be a contestant. on
Really?
that show. It's hard.
Well, I used to cram all the time in college, and I was actually good at it, but...
Everyone
Yeah.
says that, but then being on that show
Yeah.
is a different thing, because you're in this little room,
Yeah, I've been by the little thing at Highland.
and if you even just do that for a second, a PA would come in and wake you up. And
Wow.
You don't.
Wow.
There's no cat naps. There's
How
no,
did you get on the show? What was your story there?
I had done a couple pilots for the Game Show Network, and they were really wanting to use me because they liked, my hosting abilities.
You're a really good host of the
Oh,
show, by
thanks.
the way. Yeah, it's a
Thank you.
great show. I love the concept of the show. It's cool.
It's a
cool and
blast.
clever. Yeah.
Well, it's the same producers that did Beat the Geeks.
Oh, good.
Okay.
So, there you go.
Excuse me. So that's how I got the gig. They wanted to use me on one of their shows, and
Now, do they prep you before the show with jokes you're going to tell and things like that during the show? Do they write material for you, or?
well, it depends. My reaction to contestants' answers is just off the top of my head.
Right.
Some of the jokes they give me, but the writer's main focus on that show was to write funny games, come up with, especially in round 2, the games are different in each episode. So the writers spent most of their time coming up with funny games, grab this thing, grab a beard, put it on a bald president or whatever, a hairstyle, put it. So that's what the writers mainly did.
Right.
They would give me some lines, but a lot of it, that's why I was hired, was to just
Right.
kind of come up with jackass stuff off the top of my head.
So it's basically just a blast, just to go in there and have a good time.
It's a lot of fun. It's a fun show to do. We've already done 105 episodes, and
Wow. Now, how are you doing those 5 a day?
actually 4 a day, because it's such a complicated show that
Do they have 4 different groups of people who
Yeah.
are in tanks at one given time?
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
you need to go by the little storefront
Yeah.
at Hollywood and Highland and to see these people and taunt
It's-
them through the window. It's
It's
fun.
Wow,
funny.
wow.
The amount of production that has to go on, the logistics is.
There's
There's a whole separate team of people that just work at the Hollywood and Highland cram chambers.
I'm
because
sure. The crematorium.
The cram-
crematorium.
Yes.
The crematoriums.
They work
Wow.
for cram chambers, and they switched the name.
Who was the brainchild behind all this?
It was 2 guys, actually 3. It was Mark Cronin and James Rowley came up with a kind of an idea, and then Jonathan Goodson came up with an idea, and they both sort of came to the Game Show Network at the same time. Game Show Network said, "Why don't you 2 guys work together?" And
Wow.
yeah,
Cool.
So
Yeah, I mean, of all the ones that are like the ones that the Game Show Network original shows, I think Cram is the best of the bunch.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, in my own opinion.
Oh,
but,
Cram Chambers. That's or Crematorium. That's pretty. I gotta go and see that.
It's hilarious, and they have these little like hidden cameras in there, and so you see them. We'd always show clips of them freaking out at 3 in the morning.
Well, I mean, they must have to like go to the bathroom. What sounds from going there and nodding off?
That's the one thing that I think they can sneak in, but I think that there's a PA like
pounding on the door in 2 minutes. Coming out.
I can just imagine like sitting down and just going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're in there too long, then they'll wake you up. It's not easy. Those people who won that $10,000, they earned it.
Oh yeah,
they earned every penny.
Oh yeah, it looks like hard work. But...
Yeah, it is. Those hamster wheels.
Yeah,
those are tough, man.
Oh, are they?
Oh, they're really hard, and the balance beam at the end.
Yeah, that part I don't think I'd be able to handle. But
it's brutal. I don't know how they. Anytime someone would win, I'd be like, man, you guys are amazing.
So what are some of the questions you're yelling out? Like things that you've yelled out. Because I wasn't able to see the show before you came on.
Well, it's on weeknights at 10:30.
What channel?
Game Show
I
Network.
don't have cable right now. We're in the process.
You don't have cable.
We're in the process of moving.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Nothing, Alex.
It doesn't have
You're
cable.
useless to us.
Yeah, you don't need cable.
I have the internet though. I was looking for a Cram clip and I couldn't find one, or I just didn't look the right way. But what's some of the questions you throw out? Just people out there who...
they would be given insane stuff to study. That was the thing. They'd be in these crematoriums studying, and then you have to see how much they remembered. So, what was some of the stuff they had to remember? I'm trying to think. Like,
there was one that was like based on sign language that I remember a show.
Yeah, they had to remember certain signs. Like their partner would throw something up, and then they'd have to say.
Yeah.
I can't.
There's it's totally esoteric stuff out of left field. It's like really weird.
It was like obscure like tools to fix a car with, and you had to grab it out of the trunk of this car and then match it next to the name. And while I was asking them questions like about the car's band, like if they studied from the night before,
right?
What year was Rick Ocasek born or whatever? So.
Yeah.
Now, let's go into more of the inner gram. According to the information I've got on you, not only you're a vegetarian,
I'd be very afraid if I were you.
but you're into sports, you're into martial arts. You basically have like a very healthy kind of. You're not like a sex, drugs, and rock and roll kind of actor.
Not anymore.
Oh, okay, not anymore.
Back in the old days.
Got in a lot of trouble.
So you have like this. I mean, is like giving you more focus, that kind of thing, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's being in my early 20s, being a road comic, and was a lot of fun. But
could you go back to being a road comic, or
no way?
What's the downside that keeps you away?
The downside is just the traveling in all these little towns. I mean, you're driving. Most of it was driving.
But what about the adventures? Are there not enough to make it worthwhile?
There were some. I look at when I was in my early 20s, right out of college, being a road comic. I look at it like it was like college. It was a lot of fun, but you don't want to go back.
You do it for a while and you go beyond it.
Yeah, you go beyond it. It was a blast, and I got to see the country in a way that most people never get to see it.
Oh, yeah.
You stay in that city or that area for a week, and you perform in front of the people, and you really get a feel for what that town or that region of the country is like, and then you drive through all of it.
Right.
I've driven all over the country, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a lot of it that was fun, but...
It's like a real mind expander.
Mind expander?
Yeah, I mean, isn't it like you go, wow, this is what it's like in Alabama.
This is what Tuscaloosa is all about.
You're definitely expanding your mind in Alabama.
Expanding something.
A state that still outlaws interracial marriages, by the way.
Really? Oh, my God.
That's how expansive they think over there.
Right.
Well, what is basically, if you were to sum up your philosophy of things, the world, etc., in life, in a few sentences, what would it be? Something funny, not something like, oh, we should all love each other or whatever.
That is funny. How ridiculous is that? Like that'll happen.
But what would it be?
How would I sum everything up in one sentence?
No, you can do it in a paragraph.
Didn't I say something 10 years ago and you have it written down?
Look at the history books.
Pull that out in the 12th grade, Graham. How would I sum everything up?
Yeah, like the bigger meaning of the universe, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, in other words, you must have your philosophy of life, like that kind of gets you through, or whatever. A humorous philosophy, something. Like my thing is, I better have fun now because the casket is coming soon.
Oh, that's light.
So sleep tight, kids.
Yes.
We're all gonna die. Alex Duffy Show.
I just threw that one out. I just threw that one out. So you must have a funnier one. You can top that.
That was pretty funny, Alex. I guess don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's I've learned that, especially being in Hollywood.
Oh.
Because a lot of people take themselves way too seriously, and they're all bent out of shape, and you're like, dude, we're doing a game show. Like, seriously.
In the grand scheme of things.
This is not, we're not curing cancer. You know what I mean?
No life and death.
Gandhi's not walking through the set of
So you would say, in the grand scheme of things, it's all just a big game show.
Yeah, you know what? It's all one big lightning round, Alex. Thanks for bringing that up. We'll be right back with more of the Alex Duffy Show right after this.
So that's awesome. That's a good summary.
Life is all one big game show. Yeah, you came up with that. Sure, I'll use it. That's my tag.
Do you still do stand-up on a regular basis?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
I was just in Vegas like a month ago and do a lot of shows around town. And
Cool. Where do you normally play here in L.A.?
usually the Improv.
Okay.
A week from Friday, I'll be at Lulu's Beehive in the Valley.
Ooh.
Hosted by...
What nights do you play at the Improv?
Andy Solomson.
Yeah. Now, what are like some of the stuff you like to write about as stand-up comedy wise?
Well,
like throw us out a joke or two, or if you can think of one.
Well, I don't know if this is a joke, but I've been talking a little bit about our new governor.
Oh, let's hear it.
The only thing, and
right target.
This is more of first it was a little annoying with all of his. He never answers a question.
Right.
He just dodges, and at first it was all just catchphrases, just hasta la vista, Gray Davis.
Right.
October 7th, he's going to get the total recall. And all that. And then, and now he's become so proficient when he's doing a news conference, you'll notice he'll do this classic gag. He'll be answering questions. Whenever he gets a question he doesn't like, I'm sorry, I don't hear you. He does that. That's like oldest. That's like broadcaster 101. Like you don't like what they're saying, just we're getting I'm sorry. That's like the old cell phone. You don't like what somebody's saying. Oh, you're breaking up. Help you move? What?
Or
click. And then the thing that everyone in this state seemed to overlook, at least the people who voted for him, he's supposed to help our economic woes, right?
Right.
Well, didn't Planet Hollywood go bankrupt?
Yes. Good point. I've forgotten all about Planet
He would say
Hollywood.
something like, but I was just a partner.
Yeah, I was just a partner. I mean, this jackass couldn't even manage a restaurant.
Right.
And he's going to save a state that's got a budget bigger than Germany.
Isn't Shotzi down the street, isn't that his restaurant too?
Yeah.
That's been there for a little while. But yeah, the whole Planet Hollywood thing was not exactly a success.
And he's really going after the Native Americans. Thank God. They've been getting a free ride in this country for too long.
Yeah.
Tax them for the syphilis we gave them, Arnold.
What do you think of our illustrious president?
I think he's a jackass.
Oh, good.
I think he's functionally retarded. And he stole the election with his right-wing buddies.
It's very true.
Yep.
It's very true.
And
yet there are people out there who support him, who think he's a wonderful man.
Just in all fairness to them, they're stupid. And they're slack-jawed yahoos that can't think for themselves. But, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Right.
And, no, in all fairness, Bush is an idiot. And I'm not a big Democrat either.
Yeah.
Because I think the two-party system is really screwing us over.
It's tired.
The Democrats are
I
just
agree.
a bunch of, it's like a whorehouse. But let's be honest, the Republicans would skull fuck a puppy to turn a nickel.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope Bill O'Reilly's watching this.
What do you think about our friend Rush Limbaugh, who's been attacking drug addicts for years and is now in rehab?
Well, I'm telling you, the people who scream the loudest always have the most skeletons down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hitler was part Jewish.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they're always people who do that,
Yep. It's all about the karma, too. It
Yeah.
all comes
Guess
back
what,
together.
baby?
Yep.
You got to pay the piper. Sorry.
Here it is.
All he did was talk about, welfare moms and drug addicts and the Democrats and their drugs and, guess what? You're an addict.
Yep. There it is.
And I have sympathy for a lot of addicts because it's a hard thing to overcome, but when you're that much of a pompous idiot, then I hope he, his recovery goes well, and I hope he thinks twice before he opens his fat mouth.
Exactly.
Is the 2004 election really going to? I mean, Bush is probably going to win. Everybody has more money now than all the Democratic candidates combined already, and it's not even. It's more than a year away.
Well, the only thing we can hope for is that the mass apathy in this country subsides. We had 49% voter turnout in the last presidential election.
Right.
I heard, I'm not sure if this is accurate, but somebody told me that more people voted for American Idol than did
no!
for the president. True?
Is it?
Oh my
no.
God.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. So
Oh,
if
my
people
God.
wake up
Yeah.
and vote, and when I hear people say my vote doesn't count, you know what? If 5,000 hillbillies would have got out of their trailer park in Florida 4 years ago, we'd have a different president.
Oh, yeah.
So don't tell me your vote doesn't count. Our democracy's not perfect, but,
It's gotten the country to this point where it's kind of a beacon of free speech.
it is. I can say this. I can just criticize the president right
You
now.
say fuck
Yeah.
your damn
Yeah.
all you want.
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not going to get thrown in jail.
We knocked-
Well,
we-
I might get thrown in Camp X-ray by Ashcroft.
Exactly.
But-
we knock Bush every week, and he's never come and gotten us.
Yeah, because he's afraid.
Yeah, he's afraid of the Alex Duffy show.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Alex Duffy show's going to come down on you, Bush.
Cowering
Like a
fear.
hammer.
It will be like a turning point. Yeah, he doesn't want that to happen.
I just wish people, when people tell me they don't vote, it just sickens me. I
Yeah.
don't understand it. And our age group, 18 to 35-year-olds, is the worst. They're
Yeah.
like 22% in the last presidential election.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And at the midterm elections last November, it was like 23% total of all age groups.
What do you think about our new Mark Twains, a.k.a. Al Franken and Michael Moore?
I really like Al Franken a lot because he's highly intelligent and he's using it well. And the fact that he won that court case was just tremendous.
Oh, that
yeah.
was that made
And
my
just to
day.
watch Bill O'Reilly,
That's-
shut up, like a little 4-year-old, it's just so great.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the best part about him versus Bill O'Reilly is Bill O'Reilly about 4 years ago, right before he got the show. Did you read the book? Well, anyways, he wrote this really this erotic thriller, and he writes these steamy passages
Boy,
about
he's sexy.
taking off women's underwear and things like that. Bill O'Reilly is writing this.
Really?
Yes, it's quoted in the Al Franken book.
Oh.
And so whenever Al Franken goes, but I'll let Bill O'Reilly have the last word on this, and it's like, and he slowly took off her underwear and all that kind of stuff like that. It's really funny. It's really funny,
Bill O'Reilly is probably a pedophile.
Oh, right along with Ann Coulter.
Yeah, she's the devil.
She's actually fun to read because she's so not her books. I wouldn't buy one of her books, but she has a column she puts out every week.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I actually
what's
seek
it
it.
called? The Voice from the Hitler Youth?
Yeah. Oh, she is so far out there. Oh,
Yeah,
my
but it's
God.
funny that she's become like the woman's voice of the conservative, right. I mean, she's replaced Phyllis Schlafly.
I don't know how
She's
people
saying
can't
something.
think that she's just a cartoon. I mean, she's not even. She's not even grown anywhere near reality.
She's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And she's,
Well, let's say 10 years from now, the political machine, or 8 years from now, 9 years from now, exactly, sweeps the Elwood presidency in the White House. What would you do? What could you do? Is the machine broken, or could you fix it?
I could fix it.
What would you do?
First thing I would do I would raise gas mileage standards,
Yes.
which Bush could have done.
Oh, you know he's not going
He's
to.
never going to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hurt his
every-
friends' feelings.
And then, it would hurt his friends' feelings, and it would, we wouldn't have a need to spend $200 billion on a war for oil if we
yeah.
need that much of it. I'd raise the gas mileage standards. I'd close the SUV loophole.
Yes.
The idea of drilling in an Alaskan wildlife preserve never would be on my list
No.
of things to do.
But it's polluted by toxic oil. They're just trying to get rid of it for the
right, get it
Right.
out. Save it. You're right.
Yeah.
And then they say, well, it'll create jobs. That's my love it when people say, well, the car companies are just trying to, they got to, pay heed to their stockholders and their employees. You know what? That's like, slavers lost jobs. What, a guy running a slave ship, you can't fire him.
Jobs.
He's got to put food on the table.
Right.
It's like Onion had a headline that just recently said IBM releases 8,000 wage slaves.
It was on the Onion, yeah.
On the Onion, yeah.
Brilliant, man.
That was just
Those
so
guys
funny,
are Brilliant.
Yes.
Girls, they have funny females. That's what I would do with my presidency. I would be an environmentalist, and I would demonstrate that environmentalism and capitalism can work hand to hand.
Absolutely.
Now, would you be a Green or a Democrat if you ran?
I'd run as an independent.
Ah,
I would not have
yeah.
any party.
Yep.
I would run as an independent because fiscally I would be pretty conservative. I'm pretty conservative with my money. Environmentally, I'd be very left. Foreign policy, maybe I would be somewhere down the middle.
Social issues?
Social issues? Oh, any minorities, get them out. No.
Kick them to the curb.
Yeah, they took over this country. I would social issues. I'd be probably fairly. I would probably lean more left on any issue, but that's the problem. I think with the two-party system is you vote for somebody and then they're not doing what's in the best interest of the country or what they think is in the best interest of the country. They're doing what's in the best interest of their party.
Yeah. Well, the parties are sort of polarized too.
Well, yeah, it's Coke and Pepsi.
They're blowing the party
That's
line.
it. That's it. It's just Coke and Pepsi. That's all we have to choose from. And so
Yeah.
that's why I would run as an independent. I like a lot of what the Green Party has to say. I like a lot of what the Libertarians have to say. But I could never align myself with them because if I ever were to be in a position to be in public office, I legitimately would be doing it because I wanted to help. Not because, I wanted to get my, Terminator face on a dollar bill.
Right.
I would be doing it because there's some things I think I could help. But that's it. Honestly, in all fairness to Bush, that is probably one of the toughest jobs you could ever have.
Sure.
And so, but I would surround myself with. I would do what FDR did. I
You know what?
Opposing things.
We have to stop because the tape is going to run out. So it's been great.
Well, I started babbling. You get me talking
No.
What happened to the comedian?
It's been great having you.
Hey,
on,
man, thanks a lot.
You totally rock.
You got it.
And this is a real working comic guy, let me tell you, man.
Yes.
Alrighty then. Am this camera working? Nope.
I'm almost ready to go. Hold on a second.
Should I speak to the middle camera?
Yeah.
Okay. Folks, it is.
Hold on a minute.
Okay. I'll say October 14th, 2003, just in case the tape shuts off. Just in case. We actually ran it out to the tape.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It is October 14th, 2003. See that camera? Wave good night, Graham.
Good night.
Good night, Graham. Wait.